major reasons for playing it big in the real estate market. And I want you to please stretch your mind, take notes. Don't look at where you are. Don't tell yourself, I don't have capacity. I don't have the income to match it. Just believe what you're hearing. Prepare your mind to operate in that class and in that space. Okay, we roll. Why should you operate big in the real estate market? Number one, your access key. Real estate is your access key to freedom. You want to be financially free? Real estate is an access key to freedom, because the land will be increasing in value without you being there. The house will be increasing in value. Most times, some people, when they say real estate, they mean houses. They don't call land real estate. But as far as I'm concerned, they are all together. Land and house are all real estate. So your access key to financial freedom is ownership of land or houses. I'm telling you. Because it increases in value, even though it is brick and mortar. And if it is land and it's just dirt, earth, the location changes everything for you. It's your access key. Number two, real estate can give you a worry-free retirement. I like to imagine the man who owns that 60 warehouses. If he was at retirement age, it meant that he never needed to worry. How much food can you eat? How much leisure do you need? $1.2 million in an African setting will give a man more than a comfortable life. In fact, he will be among the top, who knows, 1 million of his nation, because people always underrate how many people are really millionaires in the third world, and they don't know that there are people who don't push themselves out there, and yet they are truly millionaires. So real estate gives you a worry-free life, a worry-free retirement. Number three, the real estate sector tends to outperform other investment platforms. Put your money in shares. You will have to depend on people buying things that relate to that company or not. And if the CEO of the company does a booga or talks nonsense, the shares of that company can go down. As great as Tesla is, the car company, sometimes Elon Musk will make statements that just don't sound sensible. Boom, in one day, Tesla loses 5 billion, 100 billion, and whatever they lose, it is the shareholders, because really why people keep hearing that he owns Tesla, really, no. He's just a majority shareholder by owning maybe 4 to 10% of Tesla, that's all. So, but real estate, even if a person talks gibberish, the land stands. It talks stupid, the house stands, if the location is great. I remember some years back here in the city of London, if you wanted wedding rings, if you wanted gold jewels at a cheap rate, one shop sold all across the city of London. It was called Ratner's. And one day, in a drunken state, the CEO and founder of the company just said, in Ratner's, we sell crap. We sell rubbish. That made the company to collapse. But we real estate, if I said anything even negative about real estate, the house will still stand. Number four, rental property, for example, offers return for lesser risk. Rental properties offers returns for lesser risk. I own a building with 29 suites. We are occupying, I think, 3 out of it, so 26 are rented out. I haven't been in that building to really enter. Maybe I've entered once this year. Entered once. The second time I was even there, I just stayed outside. didn't even enter. But it's in the hand of some people who are managing it, an agency. So rental property brings you the returns with lesser risk. Number 5, it is often undervalued compared to other investment outlets. There are people who will be killing themselves. They go and borrow so much money, launch restaurants, go and borrow so much money, launch an IT company, go and borrow so much money to launch a consultancy firm, borrow so much money sometimes to go and publish a book. 1, they have not sensitized to be sure people want to read the book. 2, they have not created any strong marketing plan and system. Thank God nowadays Amazon have saved a lot of authors, so that the authors don't have to print 2,000-3,000 and keep at home. They can just print 100 at a time, 200 at a time. But you see, with real estate, you don't have to go and borrow £500,000 because you want to start this, oh my God, kind of restaurant, and you didn't know that people may just not warm up to it. But with real estate, which has often been undervalued, particularly us, people who walk on the earth are not respected and not realized. The people it has empowered on earth are amazing. So as I'm teaching today, I want you to begin to stretch your mind. Real estate is the only estate that is real. Number 6, 10 years from today, the current price will seem low. What do we mean? If they told you that a property in the heart of London is £400,000, you will say, my God, that is so high. That is so expensive. But in 10 years' time, that amount will look, that is so cheap. Number 7, with real estate, your net worth does not decrease, but continues to increase. Real estate changes your platform, your playing field. Net worth is, if we sell everything you own, that's your net worth. And guess what? A car is not part of a net worth. Clothings are not part of net worth. The only thing that is considered part of a net worth is tangible things that hold value. Cars don't hold value. Well, maybe in third world nations like Africa and Caribbeans, a car may hold some value. You buy a car £1 today in the Caribbean, 3 years later it is £2 to sell. In Africa too, you buy a car £1 today, 3 years later you could sell it £4. But that also is just a false rise in value. Net worth has to do with tangible, sellable assets that do not degrade. Clothing degrade, cars degrade. So with real estate, your net worth does not decrease, but continues to increase. Continues to increase. Number 8, it is your best way to buy the present and get the future free. I hope you got that. What does that mean? In real estate, if you buy presently, if you buy this pencil in my hand in the present, and at the time you bought this pencil in my hand, £10. In the future, when this same pencil have become £40, that extra, you got it free. You bought it for 10. 10 years later, it's now worth 40. The extra 30, you got it for free. That's what real estate does for you. It takes what looks insignificant, minuscule, small, and turns it big in your hand. Number 8, it is your best way to buy the future. Number 9, the cost of material manpower gets influenced by inflation, gets pushed up with time. but it conversely helps the price of properties. What do we mean? Building materials are going up. The cost of material, the cost of the men who will build, cost of people who get involved in the real estate market is being pushed up by time. But conversely, even that is helping the value of real estate. The value of real estate is going up. For example, if the cost of material for clothing increases, it does not help your net worth. We'll be giving out, but thinking of giving out 6 yards of new cloth to a woman at the crusade we'll be holding in November. In November from 6 to 11. The price, the last time I bought it in the year 2000 for a widow's event, and now 2003, the price have gone up. But guess what? Even when we give those women, the value of the cloth is not going to increase. It will be degrading with the elements. But with property, even if paint becomes bad, shingles are broken, the location of the house is what makes the story sweet. Number 10, you will benefit from the growth in jobs, incomes, and population. So when you get into the real estate market, one of the benefits of real estate is if you bought land where jobs are exploding, your land is going to explode in value. Incomes are exploding, your land is going to explode in value. Population is moving in that direction because the key to making land grow in value is population. Once population is attracted to a place, land value increases. It is only the depopulation of a place that makes land value go down. Next thing is that real estate appreciation will come when demands come with supplies. So here you are. Demand comes and there is supply. The value will rise. I told you about the city where I'm going to hold a major outreach in November. In 1976, when I last lived there, population of Ikorodu, Igbobo was 84,000 people. In 2023, 47 years on, the population is 1,093,000. Should I ask you, has the value of the land gone up? Has the value of the properties there gone up? Of course. Can you believe that people who bought land there 10 years ago for peanuts now are offered 10 times what they bought it? That's the power of real estate. So as I'm teaching today, I want you to get out of your box, out of your narrow mind of where I live, who I know. If you're in the United Kingdom, I want you to begin to imagine owning houses in Middlesbrough, Yarmouth. I mean, we could look at one of the materials we're supposed to do today was to look at where properties are cheap in the United Kingdom, in the United States, and some parts of Africa. But I just felt like coming into this teaching on living on property billionaire street. So what you need to do is get out of that mindset of I must find everything around me because I want to control it. I want to look over it. What are agents for? Somebody should be able to supervise on your behalf, look over it on your behalf.